Hello student, this is question related to free cash flow. I have already given two lectures on this concept. The thing which is important in this question is the technicalities which are related to free cash flow, which I didn't discuss so far in the previous two lectures. Now check that this company has free cash flow which are already given. Free cash flow for the some actual years and the some projected years are given. So any years can be taken. Uh, I could take the question which was given in the practice question, but I prefer to uh, develop a new question for your simplicity. Question in the second line, growth is expected to be constant after 2016. Student, this line is important in the question. In previous lectures, we discussed two kinds of situation. The one when firm has no growth in their free cash flow. And the second approach was when firm has constant growth. So that was also easy to apply the formula and calculate the value of operation. But here the question is saying that the growth is expected to be constant after 2016. So when question specifically mention any year and discuss it that growth will remain constant after that particular year, it means that we cannot apply this formula before that particular year. It means that if I am using this formula to calculate the value of operation on the year 2014, so the question will become wrong because this formula can only be applied when you have a constant growth. Remember, you cannot keep two or three growth rate over here. You can apply only one growth rate. So the second question is asking you what is the horizon or terminal value of the company. So remember that unless and until you will have a constant growth, it would be difficult for you to find out a, a value of operation of any company because value cannot be determined when you have a growth rate which is fluctuating. Just demonstrating it. Take the year 2014 and 2015. See that in these 2 years, the free cash flow is given. In the first year you have 250, in this year you have 275. If you check the change in these 2 years, see the change. 275 minus 250, the difference is 25, right? If you convert this difference into percentage, so can I take it like this? 25 divided by the base year, this. So the change of these 2 years are 25 and the base year on which you calculated this is 250. If you convert this into percentage, it is coming zero point 0.1, or roughly speaking you can say that the change is coming 10%, right? Now check the second year. Let's suppose you take 2016 data. 2016 data is giving you value of 330. Just put it down. Now compare the difference between these two. Suppose I take this one, I minus this one, the difference is 55. Now I have to see what change I am bringing from 2015 to 2016. So again carefully check my working. I am taking this divided by the previous year, the percentage is coming. It means that now there is a change of 20%. Now see, in the first year the growth is 10%. From 2014 to 2015, the change was 25%. If I convert this change into percentage, it becomes 10%. When I check from 2015 to 2016, the growth is shifting from 275 to 330. It means that there is a change of 55, right? When I convert this change into percentage, it becomes 20%. It means I can conclude that the growth is not static. Growth is shifting. In the first year, growth is 10%. In second year, growth is 20%. Now, check 2017. In 2017, the amount is coming 346.5. Now compare it. This is 16.5. I check it that what percentage it is coming. Sorry, what percentage it is coming. Now look, what I am taking change between these 2 years divided by the year on which I calculated change. So it becomes 0.05. Or student, in simple words, I can say this is 5%. Student, this 5% is constant growth as given in question. How? You can recheck your question. Now come here. Question says that growth is expected to be constant after 2016. It means that after 2016, what growth rate is coming? 5%. It means that this 5% growth rate will remain constant. This is the basic point that we are trying to understand in this question. The rest will quite simple. The only concept that will require attention over here, that if you are trying to apply this formula, value of operation of firm, and you are taking a growth rate, then you cannot take this growth rate on these two percentages unless and until you check your question and you find that the year in which growth is expected to be constant will be 2017. Once this whole exercise is done, it means that you can apply this formula on the year 2017, and with the help of this information you can calculate the value at the end of 2016. Now to calculate value of operation, we will use this formula and see what we require. Since we are interested to calculate value of operation of 2016, we need free cash flow of 2017. The second thing that we need will be WACC, and the third information that we need is G. So free cash flow of 2017 is given 340.5. WACC is given in question 12%, and G, as we calculated here, that in 2017 the growth rate is 5%. So you can apply this formula on your question. You can take 346.5 divided by WACC minus growth rate, and it will give you answer of 49. This is value of operation for the year 2017. So again reminding you, the similar formula cannot be applied on the year 2014, because when you are working on 2014, the growth rate in the next year is coming 10%. You cannot apply this formula on 2015 because growth from 15 to 16 is shifting to 20%. When question is saying that the growth is expected to be constant after 2016, it means that this is the only year when you can apply this formula. You can take all these values to calculate the value of operation. And remember that when we calculate value of operation of any firm, we need value of operation of the next year, and we need WACC, and we need G. So this G was important, that what growth rate you are calculating. So earlier the growth rate was 10% and 12%. So naturally these two cannot be applied to calculate the value. So just assume that you are facing this kind of question, and question is asking you to calculate terminal value or horizon value. So keep it in mind that the application of formula will only come in the year when question is specifically mentioned that growth will remain constant after that particular year. Hope your question will be clear. In case if you get confused, then you can discuss with me. Now the similar concept is applying here, and see that now the company never paid dividend. Free cash flow in the first year is 50,000. Free cash flow in the second year is 90,000. So we can structure it. Free cash flow year 1 is 50,000. Free cash flow year 2 is 90,000. Now see, after the second year, free cash flow is expected to grow at a constant rate of 5%. So student, why this rate is important? Why this rate is important not only in this question, but whenever you are trying to apply a formula to calculate value of operation by constant growth model. Look these two values. Earlier it was 50,000 and next year it was 90,000. If I simply check the change, then from 50 it is shifting to 90. It means that the change is 40,000. If I take percentage of this change based on first year, so it is showing that there is 80% change. 0.8 means 80%. So the point that I am trying to highlight is that when this kind of change is coming, and if this change will not remain constant, then student we cannot use this formula to calculate the value of the firm. This formula can only be applied when you have a growth rate constant. So see that when growth rate is going to be constant, question is saying that free cash flow is expected to grow at a constant rate of 5%. It means that in the first year cash flow is 50,000. In the second year cash flow is 90,000. It means that cash flow is increasing too much from first year to second year. But after this change, growth rate will remain constant, as question is telling you that free cash flow is expected to grow at a constant rate of 5%. So this is the problem that I am facing in this question. So student, in this type of question, we can calculate value of operation in second year with the help of free cash flow of third year and divided by WACC minus growth. Remember that whenever year you are working on, you need to take a growth rate and you will divide it by WACC minus growth. So why I am taking free cash flow of third year? This is important. Carefully check. I am interested to calculate value of operation of second year. This is the year when after this year after this year, sorry, growth will be constant. It means that if I am interested to calculate value of operation of the second year, then I will need free cash flow of the third year. And do I have free cash flow of the third year? No, student. Question is giving you free cash flow of the first year, that is 50,000. Free cash flow of the second year, that is 90,000. So can I calculate free cash flow of the third year? Yes. I can take free cash flow of the second year and multiply by 1 plus growth to calculate it. I think now you can understand why I am taking interest in this one. I will take student this multiply by 1.05. As you can see, that growth rate after the second year will be 0.5%. So free cash flow of the third year is coming 94,500. Now, student, question has two components. The first is what is the terminal or horizon value of operation. So this is simple, but it needs only your concentration that you can calculate it with the help of this formula, provided you know that the growth is constant. And in which year growth is constant? In the third year. So I calculated value at the end of the second year with the help of free cash flow of third year with the help of second year value. Now if I am interested to calculate value of operation of the second year, then student, I will work on this formula. What I need? I need free cash flow of the third year, that is 94,500, and I will divide by WACC minus G, and that is already given. WACC is 0.09 minus 0.05, so the resulting answer is 2.3 million is the value of operation. Now student, if you are trying to calculate the value of operation for this part, it is important for you to understand the stock valuation chapter. Whenever we have certain future values and we are interested to find out current value of operation, it is important to calculate discount factor. And discount factor you can calculate with the help of the present value formula, which I think that you already have in your mind. Hope so. So discount factor will come. This is for the first year, this is second year, and this is also second year. So you can apply a present value formula over here. And you can take, so student, it might be it looks very difficult on the Excel, but if you check it on your simple present value formula, just reminding you that present value formula is equal to future value bracket 1 plus r and to the power minus n. And if you remember that n is based on whatever year you are working on, so actually I am working on this formula. Look, this is the cash flow you have at the end of the first year. This is the cash flow you are able to get in the second year, and this is the total value of operation that you are able to get at the end of second year for the coming infinite number of years. So in this kind of question, we calculate discount factor for all the years. On your calculator, you can try that you can get these discount factor easily with the help of this formula. For the first year, you will apply one formula, and in the second and third, you will apply year number 2 and year number 2. Now convert this information into present value. And you already know that if you are interested to calculate present value, you will multiply these two one. So this the values will come. These are the total values will come, and after getting the present values, if you take the sum of these two, this is student value of operation at now, or you call it current value of operation. So student, in this type of question, now again check if 1 or 2 years different cash flows are given. First year cash flow is 50,000 given, second year 90,000 is given. It means student, if I check from 50,000 to 90,000, there is a huge jump of 80%. It means that I can say that I cannot use this formula to calculate value, because this formula can only be applied when you have a constant growth. Check in the second line question is saying that after second year the free cash flow is expected to grow at a constant rate of 5%. When you will get this percentage which will remain constant, then student you can apply this formula to calculate value. So in which year we can apply this formula? Yes, you are right. In the second year, after that year when your growth is constant, then you can apply this formula. This is not starting from the third year. Third year onward growth will remain constant. So student, I calculated value of operation for the second year because from third year growth will remain constant. So to calculate value of operation of the second year, I need free cash flow of third year. This was crucial part, and this I tried to explain here, that how to calculate free cash flow of the third year. This I calculated here. Once this cash flow is clear here, then student you can apply and you can get the value as given here. I hope that in case if you get confused anywhere, then you can put question and practice it again so that your concept should be clear. Have a good time. Thank you.